Sure to be another very special Harcourts Rata and co-auction number 6, Bencairn Court in LALOR. My name is Robert Ozzimo and I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata and Co. Joined here today by my award-winning team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Andrew, Valley, Daniel, Lou, and of course Mary Ali. Lockie's around here somewhere also, and of course Mary Ali, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of becoming acquainted with throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you now the following announcements which are in place to help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, it's quite a straightforward document. Everything's in there, everything's quite clear. Buyers, this is my highest recommendation, what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. Here in the bowl of Bencairn Court, a nice quiet area, but you wouldn't know it. We've got access to absolutely everything that you need for a great investment, everything that you need for a great lifestyle at our fingertips. Shopping, parkland, schools, transport, all within easy reach. The property itself immediately comfortable, absolutely nothing to do. An inviting home, a huge backyard to relax or entertain in. A great opportunity for the first home buyer, a great opportunity for the investor, an easy decision for you and your family today to bid, to buy, to get the sold sticker up on the board. If that is your goal, now's the opportunity, buyers. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 6 Bencairn? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like, buyers. Always the most quiet part of an auction. We call for an opening bid. Takes a brave soul to raise their hands first, but it's an opportunity to get ahead of the competition, an opportunity to mark your territory, to stake your claim, to take what's yours. This is your chance now, buyers. I've had my say. It's time for you to have yours. We have a reasonable reserve price and bid to get the job done here today. Over to you, buyers. As I said, I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. Where can I see you start? A few shy bidders among us here today. I'm not so shy, you might have noticed. I don't mind starting on the vendor's behalf, but to give you an opportunity, buyers, to start where you feel most comfortable, where you see value rather at 600,000, fairly been offered. Now, make me work for that one, sir. At 600,000, welcome and best of luck here today. At 600,000, fairly been offered. Now there's the bid at 600,000. At 600,000, there's the bid, there's the competition, the opportunity with you all now. At 600,000, fairly been offered now. At 600,000, even money once. At 6, all done. At 600,000 for the second call. At 600, I was hoping for 20, sir. Can I say 20 in the rise? At 600,000, looking for 20 now. Welcome and best of luck. At 20 you got. At 620,000, fight fire with fire, give me 40. At 620,000, fairly been offered now. At 620 the bid. At 620,000, got to be 40 in the rise. At 620 I have. At 620,000, fairly been offered. At 30, I'll shorten my stride to get you involved in the same courtesy now, sir. At 10 if you like. At 30, I have and make it 40 now. At 630,000. At 630,000, fairly been offered now. 630 the bid. At 630,000, bid there, one bid, not enough from the phone, sir. 630,000. At 630 the bid. At 630,000, fairly been offered now. 40. At 40 now, and welcome back at 40. At 640 and 50, the quick retort. At 650,000, pressure straight back on you now. At 50. At 6.5. At 650,000. At 650,000, fairly been offered now. At 650 the bid. At 650,000, once at 650, all done. Second call at 650,000, done. 60. at 60 now, and welcome back at 60 and 70 and 70 again. The quick retort at 70 shows value when you get quick bidding like that. At 70 now, at 670,000, at 670,000, fairly been offered. Can't buy like that, sir. Only like this at 670,000, absolutely sure. At 70 the bid, at 670,000, fairly been offered now at 70. First call at 670,000, all done. Second call at 670 the bid, done. Finished. Third, final call at $670,000 a bid. All done, all finished, silent, out at 670,000. Bid there, opportunity back with you, sir. 670,000, we absolutely short. 670,000 now. Still great buying at that. If you've come to buy, show me now at $670,000 a bid for the first call at 670. Second call at 70. Third, final call, $670,000 a bid. All done at 675. If you get involved, I will, sir. 675. At 675, welcome and wish you the best of luck here today. At 680 now. At 680,000. Small bids help the competition come along, sir. Big bids buy property. 80 I have. At 680,000. At 680,000, the bid's hit 680 the bid. At 680,000, your five still good with me. If you've got it, 680, make it 85. At 680,000, fairly been offered now. Same courtesy over here, sir, if you like it, 5. At $680,000 a bid for the first call at 680, all done. Second call at 680 the bid, done. Finished. Third, final call at 680,000, all done, finished. Silent out at 80. Can I confirm that bid, so at 680,000? Bear with me one moment. I need to seek some instructions. I'll be back momentarily. Thank you. Boys, thank you for your patience, sir. I confirm that bid just one more time at 680,000. As you can appreciate, never an easy decision on auction day for vendor or buyer. However, a decision has been reached. I'm pleased to say that if there's no further bidding here today, you will be the lucky buyer. You have the keys as it stands. We are on the market. We sell away. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now or forever hold your peace, because there's no second chances here today at $680,000 the bid. The bid's here at 85 now at 685 and make it 90, so 700's better. At 685,000, you had the keys for a moment. At 685,000, fairly been offered now at 685 the bid. At 685,000, at 90 now at 690,000. Take me to 7, sir, 90. At 700,000, even money now at 7. At 700,000, don't let it ski off, so it's just a round number. Doesn't mean any more than that. At 705, at 705,000, 705 now and 10 if you like. At 705,000, the bid's here at 705. At 710 got. At 710,000, 15 it's got to be, but we sell here today at 15 got now. At 715 the bid. At 715 bid here now, keys here. We sell if there's no better bid. At 20 got. At $720,000 the bid, and the bid's there. Keys are there. At 720,000. At 720,000. We're on the market. We're selling. If you've come to buy, show me now. At 720. At 25 now at 7 1/4. At 725. At 725 the bid. Fairly been offered now at 725. Give me a bigger bid, sir. At 725 and the bid's here. The keys are here at 725. At 725,000, we're still out on the phone, sir. Thank you once more for your bidding here today. At 30 got. At 730,000. At 730,000, pressure straight back on you. The keys are there. At 730,000, fairly been offered now at 730 the bid. At 730,000, bid there, keys there. We sell 730 the bid. Once at 730, all done. Second call at 730,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 731, an easy bid to beat. At 730, the best way to beat us with the bigger one, sir. At 731,000, best responsible small one's a big one. At 731,000, don't walk away for one. At 731 the bid. At 731,000, fairly been offered now at 731. At 731,000. At 731,000, bid there, keys there. Let them have it for one. Are you absolutely sure? At $731,000 the bid. Bid there, keys there. We sell at 731.5, at 731,500, at 731.5 now, at 731.5 time to up the ante, raise the stakes at 731.5, take me to 35, at 731,500. You're definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here today at 731,500. Bid there, keys are there. We sell once at 731.5. All done. Was that two? At 732, at 732,000. So they told me they were out. You had them on the ropes at 732,000 now. The bid's back there. The keys are back there. We're on the market. We're selling. We're definitely done here. Thank you very much for your spirited bidding here today. At 732,000, bid there, keys there. We sell once at 732, done. Twice at 732,000, done and finished. Third, final call at 732 the bid. All done, all finished, all sold and out. We are selling, definitely done. Selling, selling, selling. So congratulations and well bid. Please join me congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata and Co-auction. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon. Thank you. Congratulations.